We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he elects not to bring this one. Out as his guys will take over at the 25.
On the ready. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Army. It's great.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 49. Check 49. 66. Pull it. High. Mike 54. Blue Dan. Hey, watch that. Mike 54.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check 13. Check 13. Switch. Shift.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Win 18. They gonna need some damn.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 16-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And this is picked up by the Saints. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
319. Check 53. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A nice run leaves him just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? They come out here in the I. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. That took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Let's go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, here's Breida. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 48 yards on the ground.
49ers first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
'49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Right there, 54, right there, 50. Go. Run it. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Go. That QB's trash. Let's go. Check 37, check 37.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Turn it up. Slam.
They'll try to run with Breida. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, pick it up, defense.
Hey, 88. Box it.
Here we go.
Go.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now a give coming right is Breida. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will get the football at their 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check 3. Go.
To throw again. Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
49ers 7.
Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. And an alley to run. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyler Murray, 68 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. McManus's point after is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check curls, check Clint.
They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, D.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the slant. That's it. 50, Mike, 50.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
That's pulled in at the 32. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they run with Michel. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Saints on 3rd down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
You got 58. Box it, box it, box it, box it.
On 2nd down, Michel. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Good dad. Over.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they take a 17-14 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Double dog, that's the way.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, here's Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
He's got daylight. Man open. That's Robert Foster complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robert Foster, 75 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Whoa, what happened there? No good. Off the crossbar, and it comes back. A very poor effort from PAT distance.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again. 2nd and 10. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Going to give it to Love. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. They come up in an offset eye. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They run again with Breida, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Complete to number 85. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
On the toss, here's Michel. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Tight right. Alert. 3 down.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Open man, here's Foster. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
26.
Watch out.
Greystone travel.
3. Rush in. Check 26.
Get up.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike, 53.
Inside.
Mike. Oh, yeah, live. Here we go again.
Plant.
Check.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Saints.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Recon, 132.
Now Michelle. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
319.
Number 53. Mike 53.
Hey, check 26.
He's crossing.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, Michelle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
319.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers. Picks it.
Rodgers pass intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
At the 39-yard line.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Now this time Murray to throw it. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield, but now it'll be 3rd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. This short throw caught by Goddard. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A good pickup there at 22.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Now a 1st down carry, it's Michel. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Again, it's Michel. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Saints on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, team 6. Look again.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Murray now on first down. Catch made here by Campbell. 25 yards that time.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Dwayne Smoot in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check, crunch. Check 31.
Now Murray. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
88.
They begin with Michel on the ground, and he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And it's Michel once again. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check hot route. Hot. 80 weapons. 399.
Now Rodgers. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll try and run it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call flatlining, level in everything he does, and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw, Murray. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts.
58, right?
He'll look to throw. Oh, this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a two-point conversion.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the two-point conversion.
The touchdown saved their playoff lives momentarily. Now for the two-point conversion. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he is not going to reach the goal line. They were forced to go for it down 2, but the defense rises to the occasion, and they hold on to their lead. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Win 18.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line. Today's final score.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.